2K, what are y'all doing down there? 2K is fucking a serious goose here. 3 days, 2 patches, 21 gigabytes, and no serious issues tackled. They patched a teleportation glitch that affected nobody. Even the people that did it couldn't do it consistently. It wasn't enough of an advantage that justified a whole 7 gigabytes to itself. I want y'all to raise your hands if you give a fuck about the Pro-Am tournament going on right now. Don't waste my PS4 hard drive space on some streaming, on some bullshit. No one cares about the tournament anymore at all. In fact, after the first week, people stopped caring. There's about 2,000 people who care, and they're all in the Pro-Am community. That's it. But I think we could all name a myriad of serious issues that in those 21 gigabytes in the last week of patches that haven't been addressed. Do you need me to run through them all? Do you need me to do that? Like, you don't seriously think that we're gonna sit here and believe that there was 7 gigabyte patch, that the patch 10, and all it did was add some sort of streaming functionality or some Pro-Am functionality and the teleportation glitch. That's it? 7 entire gigabytes. And why the fuck wasn't that a part of the previous patches? Why was that shit separated? We're just gonna like separate patches now? Like each one deserves its own 7 gigabytes each note? The hypocrisy is crazy, man. If y'all remember when patch 8 and patch 9 dropped, LD tweeted out saying, as always, when the patch drops, we're gonna drop some patch notes. And of course I came to criticize, as always, what the fuck are you talking about? You guys never do that. Like, in fact, there's only been a few patches where you actually dropped it as the patch went out. There was sometimes we waited 30 minutes, sometimes a few hours, sometimes days just to know what was actually in the patch. And even within those patch notes, you guys have been omitting stuff, and so you'd be changing some shit up and not telling people about it. And so of course people aren't gonna believe you sometimes when you say only 2 things changed in an entire 7 gigabytes. It doesn't make sense. Listen, the game is actually enjoyable when it's not lagging. Like if it just stopped lagging, like yeah, okay, the gameplay stuff, we're hoping that gets addressed at some point. It doesn't look like they will. They look like they haven't adjusted shooting in a while. I have to hop on and get my hotspots all over again. Yo, let me do a side note. 2K, what the fuck is wrong with the hotspot system in this game? Why every time I jump into a My Career game, my hotspots reset and I have to spend an entire 3 hours to earn them back? I just earned it on my post score earlier today. I gotta place up a mindless 3 hours on My Career to earn it again on my sharpshooter. Can we get that shit fucking fixed? Y'all can spend 7 gigabytes on a teleportation glitch that barely affected anybody, but the hotspot glitch is affecting people. Pro-Am, people lagging at a walk-on Pro-Am or regular Pro-Am, that's affecting people. It's like you guys are deliberately going out of your way to focus on all the wrong issues that absolutely nobody gives a fuck about. Sometimes I legitimately be sitting here trying to figure out what's going on in their mind when they decide in 3 days we're gonna drop 3 fucking patches and none of those patches are gonna do anything to improve on the major issues currently plaguing the game. Like, y'all lobbing $250,000 at this Pro-Am shit. I always hear people saying some dumb shit like they should spend that $250,000 and put it on servers or something more useful. Like, why the fuck would they take the $250,000 away from the players? Why don't the publishers out there making bank because this game is selling donate that to donate? No, get their fucking game to work for $250,000. That's where the money should be coming from. I mean, I hear stories about how developers are overworked, etc. And like, for the most part, like 99% of people, we don't care. Is that a sympathetic way to put it? Like, I have sympathy. But at the end of the day, it's like when somebody buys some shit, you guys are putting in work, you're trying to get this shit to work, but there were all these promises made about shit that was gonna happen, and then it was just, for a lot of people, a letdown. And I was over here optimistic as fuck, like, nah, yo, by February, yo, they're about to patch this shit, man. You think the server's still gonna be garbage by February? Yo, you think the gameplay issues, the obvious ones, they're still gonna be around in February? Is that what you think? That's what I thought. But, I mean, it's February now. And even though we got 3 patches in the last week, none of them addressed any relevant issues. They addressed shit, you're like, okay, I'm glad they fixed that. But like in the patch notes, the biggest patch note was the Paul George loading screen was fixed, and that shit wasn't fixed. Somebody tweeted at me and let me know, Agent, did you know this last patch from 2K puts it over the top of GTA 5 in terms of file size? Let that one sink in, people. Let it sink in. It doesn't make any sense, guys. I'm actually confused at this point. Like, if they just got the lag to stop, Like it's fucking fun. You know, amidst like the garbage times where you'll pass the ball and the guy will just fumble with it like a retard, even though you have 99 hands and he'll run out of bounds. Amidst the Euro step throwing it out of bounds for absolutely no reason. Amidst the fucking the lockdown defenders and paint protectors and glass cleaners pulling up contested threes. That might be a whole new video, y'all. I'm making a video about that. There's a lot of issues, but when I play the game and it's not lagging and I'm playing with friends, it's legit, you kick back and enjoy. And there's some times where like some bullshit would happen, like the ball's on the floor and for some reason your guy won't pick it up, but a guy who's like a whole foot taller than you can reach down and pick it up before you, and you're like, how the fuck did that happen? And you just go, 2K, and you laugh it off and you continue playing and having fun. You've been there. But when it's lagging, all that shit changes. I'm just don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with bullshit. And then you can hardly control your shot, especially if you're a shot creator or a sharpshooter or a playmaker and you rely on a consistent shot to be effective. Now that's out the window because it's lagging. You no longer have precision. You can't do dribble moves because you click a button and then it didn't register because it lagged at the moment. It's a whole lot of fuckery. It'd be one thing if people were lagging because they had garbage connection. It's a whole new other thing if people have nice connection and they're lagging because your servers are garbage. So 2K, the next time y'all drop a patch, nobody cares about Pro-Am anymore. I'm sorry. The Pro-Am community is minuscule and I'm glad they get the tournament. I wish Pro-Am exploded at some point. If they actually gave a fuck about Pro-Am and put in the features that it should have already had by now in 2K17, then it probably would have blew up. But they don't. They don't give a fuck about Pro-Am. They just make a tournament every single year to try and get people involved, whatever. But why? Can't y'all just stream this shit on Twitch? Like, is it like we got patches? Like, dude, we got patches in the past so we can add Park After Dark clothing, man. Like, I don't need, I don't get, this is just poorly optimized. Like, how does it take up this much? I think it's just funny. Like, at this point, like, I'm like, which game should I delete next? Which game doesn't make the cut? I'm gonna have to buy an external hard drive, clearly. But hey, how about this part? This is a message to the developers, because there's somebody from 2K watching this video, I know. Next year, if you guys implement an archetype system, do not implement the archetype system unless you have at least 6 months for the game testers to test this shit out and make sure it's pinpoint. Now you gotta make sure the game testers actually know how to use a fucking controller, because clearly when the game dropped this year, they didn't. Alright, I'm gonna leave it on that. I wanted to at least say something about fucking patch 10 that dropped. I actually thought it was a joke when people Skype me and they're like, yo, Agent, did you know patch 10? I'm like, okay, just stop it, alright? Stop fucking with me. I was in the middle of a class assignment, then the next period I had an exam, and I was like, you need to chill. Patch 10? We just had patch 8 and 9, stop lying to me. But nah, there was actually, yeah, there was a patch 10. Anyway, I got a series of banger video ideas. I'm gonna just let this shit fade. I'm gonna try and have fun with it and stomach the lag. Yo, some of this shit I have coming, y'all about to enjoy. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm out. Peace.